This is how you change your oil and change the oil filters on the Mercedes SLK 200 Kompressor R170. What will you need? You will need a bucket. This isn't the most professional of equipment, but it'll do the job as long as it holds 5 litres. Next up, you'll need these Bosch oil filters. They come with the gaskets and the washers you'll need. This will be linked down below. Next thing you'll need is synthetic 5W40 oil. This is what the Mercedes takes. Again, I'll link the correct oil for use in the description. And then obviously a socket set, and then an oil filter cap remover, and you want a type B. And then obviously we are using the jack which you get with the Mercedes. This goes in here. Do not place it on the jacking point because this will not be secure. Take the cap off on the side skirt and put it in the side. Then on the next side over, we have a proper car jack. Do it with one of these because this is the most secure way of jacking up your car. Last but not least, for when you're taking the oil filter out your engine, you're going to want to put it on something, and you keep the box, put the old one in here, and you put the old stuff on here because you don't want old oil on your engine. Step 1, open your engine bay, loosen the oil cap. So the next step now is to remove your engine shield because that's where you're going to find the oil sump. Using an 8mm socket, but keep these bolts safe. 1, 2, that's the third out. Then we got a fourth one out. So what you're going to want to do now is pop it down, shift it forward a little bit, bring it back, and we have revealed the oil pan. So now we have the shield off, we have the screws to my left. This is your oil pan. So you're going to be removing this bolt. You want a 13mm hex socket. Pop that on there, ready for beneath the car. Ideally you should be wearing a glove for this, just so you can take everything off. Keep my soft hands protected. Get your bucket underneath. What we're going to do now is just loosen this up. Right, so we crack the bolt. That is signs that the washer might be a bit worn. It's looking alright though. Now we've got the bolt loose. We're going to let this oil drain and it'll come flowing around about. So, let the oil drain, and it is looking pretty black, so I'm glad I'm going to get it serviced. But now we've got that off and we're letting the oil drain, what we're going to do now is prepare the oil filter. So let's crack on with that. That's dripping away slowly. And what we're going to do now is very carefully, you want to unclip this. This is carefully popping off now, and that will reveal our oil cap. So this adjustable really isn't good. So now we're going to loosen the oil filter cap. I've got the adjustable. You shouldn't really use these because they damage them, but I'm a bit of a rookie to the game. But I thought this would do the job. It doesn't seem to be doing the best. You should be getting a type B oil cap. Be careful with this because you don't want to round your oil filter cap. Just be careful, do it slowly, gradually, and it will come loose, as you can see by here. Next step is you want to get your board ready because you do not want to be spilling anything. Now we're going to get this out once it's loose, and obviously keep this box from the new oil filter close because this will leak and you don't really want to get too much excess oil on your engine. So what we're going to do is quickly transfer, and there we are, the old oil filter. So now we've detached this, but very carefully now, you do not want to damage the thread on this, otherwise it's not going to go back on. You remove this old gasket. With the Bosch filter, it comes with a new gasket for you. So what you're going to do, get this around here. So now we've got the new gasket put on. We're now going to place the new oil filter in. Just look at the difference between the old and the new. This is going to be a beautiful difference for Brian. So now we're going to come in, pop the new filter in. Now we've got this back in. You do not want to tighten this up too much because you'll damage the thread. So by hand, we're just going to screw it in until you can't do it no more. And then we're going to come back in with your type B, like I said, very carefully now. Right, so that's on, all good. And now the oil's drained, we can put the sump screw back on along with a brand new washer. So we'll crack on with that now. The new oil filter will come with a brand new washer, and it is extremely important you put this back on, as the old one will be a bit worn from being torqued up. And underneath the car now you want to torque this to about 19 feet torque. So now we're going to take out the old oil that's in this bucket. So again, getting back in, start to tighten him up by hand. Slowly, gradually, get it back on. So like I said, 19 feet torque is just tightening it back up. And that should be just about right. Now we have the bolt back on with a brand new spacer. So now we're back in with the engine shield. Back into the front of the bumper. And then you are going to drag it back and get it in place with the other screw holes. Again, we're just going to tighten them by hand starting out. Get this one on. We'll tighten them all up afterwards. Next hole is just up by here. So that's back on now. And the hole's just by here. Again, just tighten it by hand starting out. And then the last screw is going in on the engine shield. Back with the 8mm hex socket. Now you want to tighten all your bolts up. So starting with this bolt, get it nice and tight. Not too tight though, you don't want to damage nothing. Rinse and then rinse and repeat on the 4 of them. And that is the engine shield put back on. We are ready for the oil. Loosen the bottle up. You've got your pour nozzle. Take it out. Like I said, 5W40 synthetic oil. That's what you want, ideally for a supercharged engine. Keeps it running nicely. Get the funnel on. Is this it? And then, little by little, we're going to just pour it in. So we're just pouring in gently. Get it filled up nicely. And this does take 5.5 litres, but I'm popping in 5 for now. There's a dipstick out. You want to clean it with your old top. You don't want to be using nothing nice or nothing new. So once it's in, pull it out, and ideally you want to be seeing some oil. So as you can see, there's nothing on there right now. I'm going to keep going in with the oil. Still plenty to go. So coming to the end now. Yeah, like I said, this is a 5-litre bottle, so it's going to be about right. This takes 5 to 5.5 litres of oil. So have another little check to see if what the dipstick is saying. So as you can see, we're in the ribbed section. We're looking good. That is the oil change for the SLK. I'm not being funny, right? They told me they recently serviced this. That oil and the oil filter is telling me they were lying, because that is shocking, and I'm glad I've done a change today. Now I'm just going to give this a little bit of a wipey wipe, because I don't really want to be smelling burning oil, making me worried. There's a little bit by here as well. So we're going to do, give it a little wipe down, clean it up, you know the score. Final steps now. Get the oil cap back on nice and tight. Carefully place this back in. Get the engine looking pretty again. And we have a serviced Mercedes SLK. Didn't take me long at all. Super simple, easy, quick job. I don't know why the sky's got dark. It just, you know, flew by. But bucket, you're gonna pop it back on, get it sealed up. Don't pour it down the drain, otherwise I'll tell on you. But yeah, you want to discard this at your local garage, wherever they take you. Just look it up on your phone. I don't have all the tools at the moment, but I'm a young gun, pretty much spending all my money on this car. So I'll get all the tools in soon. The jacks, the ramps, the car, the insurance, the tax. It's all going on the car at the moment, but I'm going to be upgrading my setup, get it all lovely. This is how you service an engine on a Mercedes SLK 200 compressor. I hope you enjoyed the video. I never asked for you to subscribe, but today I'm going to, because it was very stressful. Please like, subscribe and comment what I could have done better. Praise the Lord that that's over.